So this is your electron microscope. This is just an all-in-one PC. Right? So there's one cable that communicates between the computer and the SCM. It's just one USB cable. So that's realistically it. This is just a door that just kind of opens and closes. Right? And this is another door up here that gives us access to the gun on the microscope. This is the gun, column, final aperture assembly, stage. So pretty straightforward. And just kind of go around doing right now. I'm telling this to open up the stage door for us. So there's one toggle switch behind the microscope, and there's a power switch in the front. There's two switches. So if we want to shut this off, what we need to do is just push this button in, and that'll shut it off. If we want to protect it, we basically turn the toggle switch to the back side off. But realistically, you can leave the toggle switch on in the back, and just this button will be your on/off to the microscope. Venting.
Power.
Physical power going to the microscope. That's correct.
The switch in the back.
That's correct. Yeah, because right now everything is plugged in to one outlet that we have in the back side there. All right, so the microscope vented, just really quick, just for me to show you guys. So if you come around here, or wherever you can see the best, yeah, so just come around. So this is your sample chamber, right? And so it kind of like, just slides open. And this sample's in there right now. So for instance, I've got one sample in here, right, which is your sample. It's one of your samples. And you can see the carousel has 1, 2, 3 holes in it, right? So you can put the sample wherever you want to put it, right? There's another sample over here. I can remove it, I can put it there, I can put it wherever I want. And if I take a look at my microscope stage program, you see there's a carousel, carousel, and carousel, right? 3 carousels, 1, 2, 3. So if I double click on the center carousel, it's going to move the stage to the center of that carousel, right? And now it put a little green dot where it moved to what you want to look at. So if you put a sample in that carousel, just click on the 3rd carousel, and it'll move the stage all on its own to the 3rd carousel.
That's cool.
So you really can't get lost, right? That's what I was talking to you about before. So it's really a powerful little feature, and I like it a lot. So the first thing you do, right, everybody wants to insert a sample. So we would have vented, the stage door opens, we insert our sample, and then all we do after that is we just close the door all the way. Okay, and then when the unit vents, it waits several minutes after it vents to slow down the turbo. This is a turbo pump vacuum system, so it's got a turbo pump internal to the back of the housing, and then there's a hose that runs from the back of the SCM to a vibration damper right over there behind us, right? Yep. This metal damper right here. And then that runs down all the way to the bottom to this roughing pump. Right? So initially you have a mechanical pump, it's pumping out through the damper, and it's going all the way to the back of the SCM, and it's pumping down the manifold section of the SCM, and then eventually when it reaches a certain vacuum level that it likes, it exposes the turbo pump to it, and then it pulls down to a maximum vacuum level. So when it vents, it takes a couple of minutes before this little blue light, see where it says vac, see where it says vent? This little blue light just became active for us to pump down, to evacuate the system. So I just click on it, and it's going to start evacuating, and I just hold the door just closed a little bit, and then you hear that second, that's when it opened up the valve and exposed the rest. Now I can't open this door, it's closed, and now it's just pumping down on its own. It's measuring vacuum over here, right? See where it says gun? And this is going to continuously go down until it reaches its maximum vacuum level of 7.5 times 10 to the minus 5 torque. And it takes about 4 minutes or so to do that. So that's me kind of sort of skipping around just a little bit, just showing you, okay, this is our electron microscope. These are the covers that are exposed, but realistically you could leave all your covers on and closed, right? And if you vent it, you just open up the door, put your sample in, close the door, right? And this is your power switch, just on or off. And you could leave this microscope on or off. I don't know how to tell you to run it.
Okay. So you recommend to keep the chipper under the vacuum?
Sure.
Yes. So after we pump the chamber, just turn off the power.
You could do that, yep.
That would leave.
Yes, it always leaves vacuum in there, that's correct. You should always leave vacuum in the tool.
Yeah, because you don't want to...
Humidity, contamination. It should always be left under vacuum. I'm going to go over that with you guys.
You can always leave this off, right?
Yes, you can leave it on as well.
But can we turn the...
No.
So if this unit is on, that
mechanical pump, mechanical is plugged into the back of the unit. So there's a switch on the mechanical. If you decide to turn the mechanical pump off, that means the turbo has a vacuum pump now. The turbo can have heat.
Turbo can be ruined.
Yes, that's correct.
It's running for a long time.
A long time with no vacuum. It'll overheat.
Depending on use, I think you probably can keep this on because you can use a lot of not turn it on.
Yeah, for instance, if you know like the weekend, you're not going to use the weekend, just kill the program, power off, done. And I'm going to go over that with you guys as well. I'm just waiting for this to pump down. We're waiting that 4 minutes now. We can actually see it building vacuum here, 3 times 10 to the minus 4, and it's getting better, 2 times 10. As soon as it hits like around 1, it's going to, see it goes green. As soon as that light goes green, it allows me to turn run on. Run means we could operate the tool, but I don't do that until this reaches its maximum vacuum, so I wait. And I recommend you guys waiting. So if we don't wait, then we run a chance of blowing the filament early, losing filament life, right? Because you have a tungsten filament in there, and the life of the filament usually is anywhere from.
Does the filament have a separate chamber that pop down, or is it the same chamber?
It's the same column, but
Yeah.
different valving. It
Yeah.
gives it different exposure.
Okay.
All right, so and that's why when we vent, we're not allowed to pump down very quickly because the turbo's still closed. It's still protecting that vacuum.
Yes.
Yeah. So it has a little bit of a protection for the gun when you vent as well. So this way
The
you
gun
don't
will be
go.
off when you vent it.
That's correct. The gun is definitely off. It won't allow you to vent it without the gun off.